Grace and peace, beautiful people. Grace and peace. I hope all is well within whatever world you're experiencing. If this is your first time coming across my channel, welcome. To those of you who are already subscribed, you know that I appreciate you with the utmost respect. I know it's been a while since I dropped a video, but you'll get the understanding as you listen to this particular message. I'm 40 now. My birthday was a couple of weeks ago. And as I've been seeking God's face, I now have an understanding of what my purpose is within this world. For anybody that doesn't know me, my name is Tommy Durrell. I was brought into this world to help create positive change. Within my message, this is what I want you to understand. Chances are you may be in your 30s already, your 40s, 50s. But this particular message, within my messages going forward, I want to talk to the young you within all of you. Think of this message on behalf of when you were being raised. You know what I'm saying? If you came across a previous message of mine, you have the understanding that you were a balloon with helium in it. When they pulled you out your mother's womb, they tied a string to that balloon and they handed it over to your parents. After all these years, you know that if you release the string on that balloon has unlimited potential. God sent us here to all have unlimited potential, but strategically, as you were being raised, you were raised with individuals who didn't accept the call. The Bible says that many are called, but few are chosen. There's a wide path, and then there's a wide road and a narrow path. Not too many people are on this narrow path. Those that are on this narrow path are those that strategically you don't have no interest in hanging with. You don't have no interest in learning from. And the reason being is because you were programmed to believe that the world that you're currently experiencing is real, when all in actuality is nothing but an illusion. The illusion that you were taught to see. And chances are, at this point of the journey, you're now a parent. But those teachings have never changed. So I'm going to be brief with this first particular message. Let me talk to the young girls. Okay? Young lady, what's going to happen is they're going to teach you about the Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, and the Tooth Fairy, to the point to where you're going to be excited when you finally realize how the calendar works. Young man, they're going to teach you that same thing to the point to where every year you're going to be excited. Every year that either one of you lose a tooth, you're going to be excited. It's to the point to where in 2023, there's kids who are pulling their teeth out themselves And there's parents that forget to go ahead and put the money under that particular pillow because they forgot that the kid is of age to get that understanding. Young boy, young girl, change isn't taught until after you was lied to the point to where, if you think about it, chances are you did that same thing with your children or your child. It's all about creating confusion. Who is the author of confusion within this realm? Whenever you operate within confusion, then that's who you're serving. I know that this message sounds a bit harsh, but at the same time, if no one is holding this type of conversation, then when will change ever happen? As you gather time and time again, from a baby to a toddler to a young person, an adolescent or whatever, you're going to get to the point to where you start to understand certain things. You start to understand that the adults that said that they love you, they were lying to you. And it's a chance that you may go through some type of mental health issue at that particular point within your life. And that's what creates that childhood trauma. But there's a lot of grown-ups that's going to look at you and just say that my baby is just different. They're going to not teach you about different spirits that are living in this particular realm, just like the narcissist spirit. Within that narcissist spirit, if you have, or if you had a brother or a sister that had that particular spirit, but within this realm, you believed everything that your parents told you or taught you, and then they left your story, or they'll leave your story, and then you don't have any idea on what to do. You're possibly going to find a meme, and that meme usually says something on this caliber. Mama, you taught me everything besides how to live without you. But strategically, the parent or your parents are just characters in your story. Those particular characters cannot stay long term. Some of them do, but some of them don't. The day that you were born is the day that you started to die. But nobody ever talks about it like that because they don't like talking about death, because they like to, or you like to, stay close with your family. So, young boy, young girl, staying close with your family means that you're only going to get what your family got. It's like, for instance, if you came up in the hood and you created this hood mentality on behalf of the things that you saw outside of your window, outside of your standing at your doorstep, all of that, you think that that's what life is, when strategically that's another illusion that a multitude of individuals fell for. God didn't send you down here to live that particular life. God sent everyone down here to change the narrative. Go back to the scripture. Many are called, but few are chosen. Let's keep going. Young girl, young boy, you may get to the point to where you already past the understanding that every particular teacher, grown up, have been lying to you. You may find yourself in some type of You know what I'm saying? You might be in trouble and there's nobody around you that can help you because everyone around you is only seeing life that one way. That's the reason why inside the Bible they say that you got to move on from your family. We're going to get into that a little bit later, but I want to give you the meat of the things that I'm going to bring to light as I speak into the young boy in you or the young girl in you. Little lady, eventually within your timeline, you're going to start having interest in the opposite sex. Same thing for you, young fella. Little brother, you heard me? I'm going to be your big brother. There's a lot of things, young lady, young brother, that your aunts and your uncles won't be able to teach you within this timeline because they are already programmed to give you what they gave you. But it's up to you to recreate the particular narrative. Why go to school? Think about it. You've been in school at this point. Every year, you're preparing for the next level grade or grade level, however you want to say it. From the first, bring you to the second. The second, prepare you for the third. And then strategically, you're going to get to what's considered as middle school. In the middle school era, which of course in this day-to-day era, it's already happening in elementary, where children are holding conversations about the opposite sex, having different interests in the opposite sex, to the point to where you must understand that within that, there's other things that come with it that your parents tried to teach you about, but at the same time, they didn't give you the actual details on everything that comes with that. Let's go back. Let's keep you in elementary so far. Each one of these messages, I'll give a different level of it. You're in elementary, and you're having these different changes in your body style to the point to where you go off of what you're seeing older people do, or go off of what your idol does. The idol is somebody you watch on TV. Somebody that's, you know what I'm saying, that got a lot of money, I guess, or whatever the deal is. In my day and era, within that life I was living back then, in my era was when Lil Wayne was coming up. And all the boys were all excited about Lil Wayne because, you know, he had the hood mentality. They came from the hood parts of our particular area or whatnot. But the point of the matter is, although Lil Wayne had the hood mentality, a lot of people still don't know that Lil Wayne was a straight A student. So they taking on the image, but they're not doing a deeper dive on what that particular individual is really capable of. That's the reason why he's been who he's been after all these years. He was a smart individual, but at the same time, he was talented. Just like, for instance, you have that talent. You have a strategic talent that God sent you down here with. There's some of your family members that have strategic talents, but they only use those particular talents in certain areas. Some of them can sing. They only sing in church. They don't believe that they can be something else, so God can't give them what they want because they choose to only do this when they were really strategically created to do that. So once they get to a certain age, they get to tussle with, you know what I'm saying, why life isn't changing. Well, life can't change. You got to think about it. You're being taught in this area, first through fifth grade. You're being taught in this area to not only, you got to think about it. You're like a little computer. And in that computer, they're programming you to the point to where once you get to middle school, which we'll talk about at another time, once you get to middle school, your program is already set on what you're going to strategically look like as an adult. How does that feel within your spirit? You know what I'm saying? These are types of conversations that we're going to have strategically because I want to impart so much wisdom in you to the point to where once you get to my age, you're going to have a whole nother different way of understanding. Just like, for instance, I've been going live on different platforms for I don't know how many years at this point. And I've learned that I basically have been a butterfly talking to a bunch of caterpillars. But you have to understand, in order for you to understand what it is I'm trying to give you, you have to go back into those early years within your life. Because if you don't reprogram yourself, then life is going to stay exactly how it is. Just like with present day. There's a multitude of individuals who go from job to job because they don't have their own dream. They'll fight their own dream in order to feel like they're living. But strategically, that's not even the path that God gave them to come here to live. That's the reason why when someone passes or transitions or dies, like they told you, you lose one to gain one. So every time somebody dies, transitions, or whatever the deal is, whatever you believe, there's always somebody that's pregnant around that same specific time. We'll talk about that in a later message as well, on what's really happening with those new individuals that's coming within your family. But strategically, if you think about it, they're coming to be corrupted on behalf of what you're going to teach them because that's how they did you. So everyone is involved. Everyone that you know currently. Now, think about it. If you heard me before, everyone that you know currently, now think about it, back when you were a youngster, those that you still keep around you, at this point, you done graduated high school, you done graduated college. Every person that you know, whatever their last name is the high school you're attending or the university that you're attending. What are you actually learning from the schools that you're enrolling your time into? Because in this life, time actually matters in this realm. Or you already graduated from them schools the same way you graduated from school years ago. There's so many things that I want to teach you, but you have to be willing to understand. And if you can't understand, I need you to reach out to me and help me help you understand. I see we at the 19-minute mark. I don't want to take no more of your time, but if there's something resonated within your spirit, go ahead and put something in the comments. If you choose not to put something in the comments, that means you're not willing to change. I've learned that years ago. Think about it. There's a lot of stuff that people resonate with on social media day to day. There's people that share my posts on social media, and I'll come over and ask, what did you get out of that? And some of them will be offended. Did you ask everybody that? Yes, I did. But these are my thoughts. Y'all be safe today. Know that I love you and I'm here for you. Signing off. Grace and peace.